X-Maxx, folks. It might have converted me into a basher. Hey there, RC Girl here. Look at what we freaking have behind me. This is the X-Maxx Ultimate 8S. This takes the cake for the biggest, fastest, gnarliest RC car on my channel today. I am so excited to finally have one. The Ultimate Edition comes with some really cool upgrades out of the box. We're gonna talk about all those. We're also going to take it on some ultimate terrain to really put this to the test. Stay tuned. The X-Maxx is a 1/5 scale 8S monster truck capable of going over 50 miles an hour. This thing weighs about 20 pounds. Let's take a look inside the box. All right, now it's time to cut our zip ties and let our suspension loose. These tires are massive. Alrighty, everything about this thing is freaking insane. Here it is next to a couple of my Traxxas trucks, the 1/10 scale Raptor, the 1/10 scale TRX4, and the tiny TRX4M 1/18 scale. Compared to these guys, this thing is a monster. So what makes this the Ultimate X-Maxx compared to the original? Let's take a look. The new top of the line X-Maxx Ultimates are professionally assembled with over $1,000 in premium upgrade and performance parts. That's over 20 upgrade parts right out of the box, including all aluminum toe links here. How beautiful are these? You're gonna get GTX aluminum shocks with titanium shafts. Also comes with a 2085X Metal Gear high torque servo. Also going to get machined steel pinion and spur gears. This truck is going to come in blue and green options. I have the green one here with all the aluminum upgrades matching the body color. This beast does come with a hefty price tag. It goes for $1499.95 at the time of filming this. These tires are massive. This edition comes with upgraded tires as well. Let's take a look. Let's do a quick walk around, talk about some of the exterior features. These tires are actually an upgrade. These are sledgehammer tires, freaking massive. They come pre-glued. They're also belted. So if you want to get gnarly on 8S, these hopefully will not blow out or balloon too badly. Look how deep that tread is though. These are going to be able to take on pretty much any terrain you throw at them. We're also going to have to pick up the paddle tires. I've seen people put on these so we can drive this over water, take it on the sand dunes. We got matching green wheel nuts holding on our tires here. The threads holding this on also had some thread locker on those. Hopefully that holds on our tires pretty securely and we don't have a tire come flying off. I've never had that happen before. Okay, that's a lie. Really solid front plastic bumper up here. Those are going to be able to take a beating.
Too much brake.
Same thing looking on the rear back here. Nice solid rear bumper. Also comes with a wheelie bar on the rear. This thing can wheelie like a madman. Looks like we have some sealed bearings in there. These roll nice and smooth. We have a pretty thick, rigid Lexan body here. Any of the clipless X-Maxx bodies should fit this one as well. I really like the clipless body design. So there's this clip back here. You just turn it, pull up the latch, and you can slide the body right off. We have a plastic roll bar rack back here for some nice bracing of the body. Keep that nice and stiff. Areas where you're gonna get some scuffs, they have some plastic reinforcements, kind of nice. Let's take a look underneath the hood. Like the previous X-Maxxes, this is going to come with the Velineon VXL 8S brushless speed control. This is a sensorless programmable ESC that is fan-cooled. It comes with 3 different drive modes: sport, race, and training mode. Check the manual for all the programming settings, but definitely nice to have the option to put it into training mode, which is 50% power if you're handing this to a kid to drive. This comes with Traxxas Stability Management, or TSM, which is going to help keep your X-Maxx driving straight and prevent spinouts. It's adjustable from 0 to 100% using the multifunction knob on the TQI transmitter. Our motor is a Velineon 1200XL brushless motor. It has an aluminum slip-on heatsink with dual motor cooling fans. This is going to be plenty of power for me, but I know a lot of people actually upgrade these to even more power. The chassis also has a modular design. It's going to keep your motor and your gear drive together to prevent chassis flex and gear misalignment, so preventing all your gears from crunching up in a crash. And for our batteries, I'm going to be running 2 4-cell 6700 milliamp batteries. These are going to be connected in series, totaling up to 8S. Really neat battery compartments here. They just pull out and flip on up, and you can fit in your batteries here. And we are ready to plug in the truck. Our transmitter is the TQI 2-channel radio system. It has a super cool self-writing function, which is one of my favorite features. All right, so apparently, there's a self-writing function. If you hold the set button up here, it will flip the truck over, hopefully. It gives it a couple opportunities to flip back over, so I'm gonna get out of the way and we're gonna see if it works. All right, hold the set button for 4 seconds. What? Weird, that's crazy. Oh, that's awesome. That is a pretty cool little function there. There are so many more features we could dive into and talk about, but honestly, I just want to go drive this, so let's go have some fun. All right, here we go. All right, 1 session, 2 packs in, well, I guess technically 1-ish double pack. Man, I am a newbie basher, so definitely had a lot of fails, lots of tumbles. I ran into a rock at full speed, and this thing is a freaking beast. I think we pushed it to its limits. Oh God. Like, I don't see any damage so far. Our motor, it's, you know, it's warm, but it's not like hurting my hands to touch it. Fan, we got dual fans going on here. I would say the batteries lasted about 45 minutes. We weren't like going full speed the whole time, but definitely getting some air. So I would say, yeah, I think if you're going like full throttle the whole time, maybe 20 minutes, but we got a good 45 minutes out of it. Definitely going to need a full rinse after the sand session. All right, we're gonna try and do a second jump right over here. I'll show you guys my jump progression. I did get better with time. Oh, not how I planned it. Ah. All right, getting better. Nice, that was like perfect. Oh, body came off. The next day, I met up with some friends at a local pump track. My friend Sky brought his 1/5 scale 8S Arma Outcast. You're crazy! Definitely a lot of fun having 2 similar sized and powered vehicles to play around with. He showed me some new tricks.
What do you think about it, buddy? Huh? Oh, that was so synchronized. We literally landed at the same time. Whoa! Oh my God, I wasn't even out here.
I've still yet to do my first gap backflip. Sky did tow me into some jumps, but I couldn't quite get it before some kids wanted to use the pump track for their bikes. Definitely one of the tricks that I want to learn with the X-Maxx. X-Maxx, folks. It might have converted me into a basher. The last spot we took the X-Maxx to was a rock quarry. They have tons of different sized rock and dirt piles to play around on. Lots of fun dinking around each of these piles. You can't drive it without a smile on your face.
Tonight I'll be kissing, but
I'm still kind of learning how to bash and how to like jump things and control throttle in the air. Mountain Mike even did a front flip, totally on purpose, of course. The rock quarry was basically like X-Maxx paradise.
your face. I don't wanna play when I'm near you. Feel just on my phone every time I see you. Tell me just to keep the image intact. If you think that strategy smart, I'm not gonna defend my beating heart.
Lastly, I wanted to share my post-bash maintenance routine. I try to do this pretty much every single time I go hard on a truck. This is a big investment, and a little care after each run will definitely increase the time between needing to do a major breakdown and a rebuild. First, I spray generously with mild soap. I'm using products here from Cow RC. I'll put a link to all these in the description box below with a 10% off code using RCGirl10. This is their chassis wash spray, and it also comes in a concentrate. I give it a good scrub all around. Then I rinse the full truck with water, take off the wheels, we'll wash those separately. Anywhere there's grease or oil buildup, for example at the base of the shock shafts, I spray a little bit of degreaser. This one is safe on plastics, that'll get rid of all that muck. Next, I use a small leaf blower to remove any excess water, then towel it dry. Water will rust your truck, so if the only thing you do is give it a rinse, make sure to dry it completely. On any moving parts, friction points, and bearings, I use this PTFE penetrating light oil. I use a rag to catch any excess. It will literally seep into the bearings and cracks, kind of cool. I wipe away the excess so we don't attract any more dirt, and in places where there's dirt buildup, I'll use a paintbrush to kind of scrub it away. The screw heads tend to pool water, which will rust them, so to prevent rust there, I grab a small paintbrush, dip that in the PTFE oil, and dab that onto every visible screw head. When everything is clean and dry, I spray a generous coat of their silicone protectant. This is pretty much safe to use on everything in your truck. It protects your plastics and anything metal from rusting and adds a shine. I'll spray it on the body shell as well. I let this dry overnight and it will return your chassis to new. It's so awesome. Lastly, we'll rinse our wheels in the sink. I spray the tires with chassis wash, then rinse them with warm water. My rims are not sealed. There's holes in those, so be careful. I do my best to keep water out of the foams. After those dry, you are good to go. And that is how I maintain my RC post-bash. So all in all, what are my thoughts on the X-Maxx Ultimate? This thing held up to a beating. It passes the durability test with flying colors. We had absolutely no breaks. Nobody gets an X-Maxx to shelf queen it. You get one to go big, so you're gonna have some mishaps. Glad to see that it holds up to some abuse. The thing that was in the worst shape after 3 good bash sessions was the body, so I might pick up a display body to have on hand and use the current one as my bash body. Someone also mentioned picking up some extra bearings, but with my tips on maintenance, perhaps we can push a rebuild down the road a bit. Second, it is a big spend. Anytime you spend $1,500 on something, that is a huge purchase. Nobody needs an X-Maxx, but you definitely want an X-Maxx. It's a luxury purchase that will likely be out of reach for most people, but anyone that has some extra cash to spend on some fun, it will be the gift that keeps on giving. So what's next for RC Girl and her X-Maxx? Next, I want to take it on water. I've seen some people put paddle tires on this, but we got some pretty good air with this. Included in the box is a fast pinning gear, so we might install that. A little bit nervous. I don't want to sink it. It's winter time, and I don't really feel like going to retrieve it in cold water, but yeah, it just sounds like a ton of fun. I want my X-Maxx to go on water. We're good. Nobody saw that except for everyone